You ever wonder why Bruce Wayne became Batman? Well, put simply, he didn't have a lot of options. He was born into a rich family, had enough money to buy all the toys he wanted. So naturally, he became the superhero alter ego of a rich, brooding billionaire. But what if you were born into the Batman family with the expectation to take on the mantle one day? You know, the allergy medicine in your Bruce Jenner, the itch in your utility belt. Turns out being Batman kinda sucks. Meet Chad, born into the Wayne family, destined to become the next Batman, except he's allergic to bats. No, seriously, one step into the Batcave and his eyes swell like beach balls. That raspy bat voice sounds less threatening than a dying kazoo. Criminals don't run from him, they record him for their TikTok page. If peanut butter was a person, he'd be that guy. On his first night out as the hero formerly known as Lil Batbro, he took a wrong turn, mistook a fire escape for a rappel, and accidentally launched himself into a dumpster behind a hot dog stand. The second night, he tried the bat smoke bombs only for Alfred to confiscate them and inform him that they were expired glitter cannons from a kid's birthday party. And glitter, by the way, is one of the worst things you can be covered in when fighting crime because it gets everywhere, especially in your cowl. You try to shake it off, but then you look like a deranged yet oddly sparkly person covered in diamonds. Not exactly a scary sight. The good news is the Batmobile is fully equipped with an espresso machine, which is great because he's a huge fan of overpriced almond milk lattes. The bad news, there's no cup holders. And in his rookie year, he spilled his latte all over the Bat console. Now Alfred just calls him Mocha Knight. Being Batman isn't all it's cracked up to be, especially when you have bat allergies, a voice that scares Siri and billionaire problems like how do I hide my cave on Zillow, or where do I get Wayne Manor dry cleaned, because the suit's got some stains. Back when he was a baby, he went to a rave in Gotham City, one of those illegal underground clubs where the music's so loud and the strobe lights make you feel alive. But then you come home and your ears are ringing and your neck is stiff, and you realise you're 36 years old and you need to lie down. Except unlike Chad, he didn't go to a rave. He was at a club where criminals gathered. Someone slipped him a roofie, and when he finally made it back to Wayne Manor, he had bruises all over his little bat-shaped body. And that's when Bruce Wayne vowed to become Batman and protect his son from the evils of clubbing. But also just like, help him get his social security card. By the time he was 12, Chad could bench press 400 pounds, mostly because he was trying to get the Batmobile to stop throwing him up in the air every time he turned on the emergency blinker fluid. Also, his cape was itchy. But most importantly, by age 12, he was fluent in bat language. And if there's one thing you learn about bats, they're not actually scary, they're just really ugly. Kinda like me. When Chad hung up his cowl after a particularly brutal fight with a villain named TikTok, he learned there was a bigger problem in Gotham City, a menace worse than killer clowns or corrupt cops. It was the Gotham City Sirens. Their raspy voices would haunt his nightmares forever. The greatest supervillain he'd ever face wasn't Two-Face or Penguin, but rather getting Alfred to approve his sick leave when he came down with the fever. But the biggest threat of all, the true meaning of being Batman, was the fact that he had to wear pants under his cape.